Thank you very much for joining me on this Thursday. Meteorologist Brian Shields. Thank you to all our new subscribers taking the time to like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. I do appreciate that. All right, let's get a look at the big picture. Here we are in the Caribbean, Gulf of Mexico. We're going to be watching a system dropping in. Choppy seas ahead for the Gulf. Severe weather threat going up over here. I'm going to watch out for that. Southeast United States into parts of the Gulf of Mexico. Here's that old front draped from Bermuda off to the southeast now of Bermuda, back through the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos. And again, a couple systems that are going to be riding through up to the north. So let me zoom down, show you how what I'm seeing out there as a whole, and then how that is all tied together for our weather. So we get a look here, and we've got one system here, the white being the snow and the green being the rain, a new system rolling on shore as you get back toward the Pacific side. And look at this moisture getting tied into this front. Already seeing some of that rain driving into parts of Texas. I was mentioning that yesterday in the video. Southeast Texas seeing some of the rain. Louisiana over toward Mississippi, so the southeast Gulf. Now, we swing back down here across the Caribbean, and you see a few areas of rain. I mentioned that old front up toward Bermuda and how it all ties together, and you see the clouds streaming all the way back through the Bahamas, near the Cayman Islands, Cuba, and then this is some of the rain that we had earlier yesterday in Belize. As expected, we had some of that rain in spots, a little flare-up of some cloud cover near Panama, and still Guyana and Suriname. I'm going to dive into us tracking some of the extra clouds and still the elevated chance of rain, although finally yesterday in some spots in parts of Suriname and Guyana, we did have some of the rain around. Here's Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Haiti over here, British and U.S. Virgin Islands, Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, Montserrat, Guadeloupe, Dominica, Martinique. Again, more of the cloud cover down to the south. A passing shower will be possible today. I'll show you that in the forecast model. I'll do that just ahead. Scooting down to the south, Dominica southward, Martinique, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Barbados. And at the end of the video, I want to show you the difference in the forecast. Barbados and St. Lucia, again, relatively speaking, we're not too far away, but a big difference in the forecast. So I'm going to get to that. And you see St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, we have some of the scattered clouds. But as we get more to the south, more in the way of that, here we are in Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, still streaming in some of the extra cloud cover. Higher chance of rain today, especially our eastern areas of Guyana, back into Suriname as that day goes on. So here's the big picture, and then I'm going to zoom down into the Caribbean. Now watching the Gulf, because here is this spin up here. That's that system I showed you in the United States. There's the trailing front with it right there, reaching down into the Gulf of Mexico. There's the snow and that white shading that you're seeing there. Some cold air back behind it, but it's not like the system from last week in Christmas that shot down some of the cold air. Here's that old front still keeping some of the cloud cover in play, watching over toward Nassau in the Bahamas, over toward Cuba, and then with that, we have that strong easterly flow, those high seas. I'm also going to get into those elevated seas. They are rocking in some spots. And again, there's that next system rolling into the western United States. So here's what I'm talking about for captains, mariners, any boating interest in the Gulf of Mexico. Here's that next system. And one thing you look at, you see the green, that's rain. So it's not as big of a snow event, rain all the way up through the Great Lakes. But these brighter colors telling me we could have some stronger storms, even an isolated severe weather threat through here. But that is also going to kick up some of the seas. Choppier overall in the Gulf of Mexico, north side of Mexico, some choppier seas in the north side of Cuba. And then watching a bit of that rain as well near Bermuda with that old front. So again, front here, in a new storm system that's going to be moving in. But you see all this rain here working its way up to New England. Again, a big rain event there, but still that trailing front right along it, and that'll keep the seas a bit choppy here. And then even that chance of some of those showers that will scrape by as we get into, this is Saturday, by the way. I should always point out the time frame. This is Saturday as we get into New Year's Eve. Chance of showers from Florida back through the Bahamas. And then I'll keep an eye on this next system, because this time of year, it really depends on the track. A little more up here, not as many impacts for the Caribbean, but those southern systems, that could really crank up the weather and change the pattern overall through the Gulf of Mexico and Caribbean. So I'll be tracking that for you in the videos. Now I want to zoom down. So here we are in Belize, my friends in Jamaica, Haiti, Aruba, over toward Colombia, Curacao, Bonaire, St. Lucia, Anguilla. You see here, this is a closer look. This is today. Scattered showers, but not as many in Belize. So let me flip over into tomorrow. Tomorrow will be like today, Guyana and Suriname, the extra green on the map. that would be the rain. Mainly south of Trinidad and Tobago tomorrow, but there will be some spotty showers. And then again, I'm going to get into that forecast specifically for St. Lucia and Barbados. But you see a bit of green on the map. Puerto Rico passing shower today and again tomorrow, but not widespread. Saturday, though, a little more widespread. Eastern Honduras, Nicaragua. Still active Costa Rica and Panama, which is kind of typical for this time of year. And then you see Guyana and Suriname seeing some of the extra rain, and then spotty showers that we'll see elsewhere. But I'll keep an eye on that storm system that is up to the north. As far as the rain is concerned, as far as the rain amounts are concerned, this is through tonight. And you see a lot of greens on the map. So that's not a ton. That's telling me we could get some spots. Now, if you do get rain, you may only get 10 millimeters, but we could see a few spots getting 1 to 2 inches of rain, or 25 millimeters to about 50 millimeters of rain if you get a decent downpour. And as I mentioned earlier, watching parts of Mexico, Cozumel, and still in Belize, still some rain, a potential, just not as widespread as we had yesterday. And here's the passing variety chance, little more widespread near Suriname though, and Guyana. As far as the winds are concerned, they have changed from the video I showed you yesterday. Yesterday, winds were more out of the northeast with that front, but that front really starting to work by. Still that strong easterly flow, 56 kilometers an hour, 35 miles per hour or greater with some of the gusts, keeping those seas really high. I'll show you that. But winds ahead of that next front. I mentioned how it's all tied in. That's why I went to the United States to show you that front. Ahead of it, winds are more out of the southeast because you get a southerly flow ahead of the front that is way up there. So more of an easterly, southeasterly flow. We were dealing with that northeasterly flow, but we're starting to lose that, more of that southeasterly flow as that front up to the north kicks by. So everything kind of tied together across the globe with weather. One of the reasons I love weather, kind of tying it together, piecing it together. All right, here's a look at the wave heights. These are in meters, so you're looking here. Central Caribbean again, over 2 meters, over 6 feet at times, which is kind of typical, a little bit bumpy at times just north of the ABC Islands. But over toward Barbados, even Antigua and Barbuda, those seas have been so high, upwards of 10, 11 feet at times yesterday. So you're looking at 3+ meters. And again, any interest more offshore, of course, things are rocking, but those seas are still very elevated. Even in the hurricane season, sometimes they relax some kind of in between systems. But this time of year, with how the winds break down and all those fronts to the north, it is very bumpy. So as promised, showing you the difference in forecast. Here's St. Lucia. Now, it's going to be breezy. Seas around are going to be a little bit choppy, but only a passing shower. 30% chance. Otherwise, you can enjoy some sunshine at times and then a passing shower. 28 degrees Celsius, 83 Fahrenheit, winds east at 32 kilometers an hour. Now, relatively speaking, not too far away, Barbados, a big difference though. The rain chance is higher today. The seas are a lot higher. Things are a little more active, choppier. Rain chance a good 60% today. Not all day, but at least that chance is on the elevated side today. Passing showers and windy, choppy seas, winds east-northeast, 40 kilometers an hour, still around 28 degrees Celsius, 82 degrees Fahrenheit. By the way, a lot of us have been enjoying some nice nights with a little relief from the warmth. All right, so the Atlantic water is staying very high. Active around Barbados, it is going to be windy, that breeze kicking around, same thing as you get toward Antigua and Barbuda, especially the east-facing coast on the Atlantic side. Belize, the rain chance still around, but it goes down from yesterday. And watching that front clipping by the Gulf, southeast United States. I know we have a lot of viewers on this channel from Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi from the hurricane season. There is that chance of rain and some thunderstorms moving by. And with that, the Gulf waters are getting choppier, Gulf of Mexico. So I'll keep you posted on what I'm seeing. Again, and I'm going to keep an eye on that next storm system, which looks bigger, that is rolling into the United States. And we'll piece that together, how that will tie into our weather as we go down the road. Again, thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you in general. Thank you. I hope you have a good rest of your day.